Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Casper Association community call hosted and run by the Casper Association. On this week's call, we're going to discuss energy efficiency at Casper, the blockchain, and give a technical update. We're joined by Mehta, Ashok, Amit, and Joe of CasperLabs. And towards the end of the call, we'll open up for a Q&A. You can leave your questions in the YouTube comments here live, and we'll try our best to answer them, or you can leave them on our Telegram. So thank you all for joining. Just before we start, I just wanted to say, we understand there's some frustration in our Telegram, but bear in mind, please, that it is up to exchanges to make their own announcements, and we're not allowed to do that. So with that being said, thank you for joining. I'm handing it off to you, Piotr.
Thank you very much, Joe. I'm Piotr Jubecki, VP of Ecosystem Development and Program Manager at Casper Association. Today, as Joe mentioned, we have Mehta, Ashok, Amit, and Joe from CasperLabs with me. We'll be discussing a very interesting topic about energy efficiency in the context of the blockchain. But before that, I would like to provide you with my usual round of technical updates. And let's go straight to this. So in terms of the timeline, we just finished the development of 1.2 release. This release is our second major upgrade to the network. This will be released later during this month. So just checking on the dates, as you can see, the development cycle for 1.2 is complete. We are now undergoing the extensive tests, both on internal network, and then the binaries will be handed over to the testnet for the upgrade when we will have further rounds of tests. And the successful process will be accomplished by staging their upgrade for the release on the mainnet. That should happen in 2-3 weeks. And in the meantime, as a team, as a development team, we are starting development of the third major upgrade, so 1.3. This will take us more or less 4 weeks, and in the middle of that, we'll freeze the branch and we will start extensive tests. So this is a cycle that is repeating. A very important date is to hit the end of the June, when we have tokens unlock event, and according to the current plans, we will have 2 more major upgrades between. On the details, we are focusing on the same things. So we are working to even more improve the context state. We are working on network stability. We optimize and stabilize the deploy processing, and we are actively developing event stream to add more data into that. As for the details, on the highway side, we have a lot of design work. So here there is a task about designing the synchronizer to enhance it. And on the node side, we are working to optimize the block proposer. We are also introducing more enhancements in terms of into the deploys. So we want to separate transfers and other deploys in the block proposer to also for the convenience and visibility. Test and SRE are working hard to support the network and the release. So our top priority is to keep mainnet and testnet stable. And we are also working on our own custom testing framework, which we are using for our internal tests. And ecosystem is very busy with exchanges support. So we have Golang SDK, we have JS SDK, and Java SDK is also coming. Golang and JS, they are available in our GitHub repositories. You see, I also made this as an active link, so you just can click through and see for yourself the code. For JS SDK, we already made a couple of smaller releases with bug fixes, and we are preparing one big one, and we want to do this in a new way. So we will prepare a separate PR that will be available for public review. So your comments are welcome. And then we will create this major release and deliver this to the community. Casper Signer, here we have also good news for the community. So we are undergoing the concept audit, and that's our security review. and we'll be addressing these issues in the current release cycle, as well as our usual planned work, so UI UX enhancements. We want to make sure that Signer works as expected and is also coherent with the look and feel of Casper Live Block Explorer. Contract runtime is addressing the issues that were noticed by the security audit. And as for economics research, I would like to ask Alex to give us a brief update on his work.
Absolutely. Again, I'm working on two medium-term things. One of them being the recalculation of gas costs, and that is bullet number one. So some of the test codes that does this is apparently slightly stale because it hasn't been used for a while, and we introduced various new features since then. So I need to investigate where exactly the failure is and then try to fix it. The second point has to do with trying to evaluate the switch from the current method of allocating validators to slots to, let's say, to ones that is not directly connected to their weight. So, and that, that requires a bit of math, so it's still in progress.
Thank you very much. As for the updates on the mainnet networks, the best would be to just go to Casper Live and check on the current status. We see here that we are getting more and more activity on the network. New blocks with transfers are being added to the blockchain. We are very happy that everything is going smoothly here. I see that we have Wolf with us from DevDAO. Any news from DevDAO side, Wolf?
Hey guys, yeah, so we are super psyched. We spent a lot of time on a launching event that literally took several days. We have launched and processed the initial few grants, and we're in the process of onboarding more grants, and these are very, very exciting times, to say the least. And thank you, Meta, for your help in prioritizing and getting this right. Our pipeline is filled already. We're ready to process. We need everybody to literally, as original proposers who are coming in with grants, to stand by. And we've had several meetings last night, this morning. It's a constant processing. We need to get all this initial batch of grants out of the way, and then we'll make the public announcement.
Great, very exciting news. Thank you very much, Wolf.
Thank you, guys. Very exciting times.
All right, so two last things. As a team, we also decided that we want to open ourselves and our development cycle to the community. So we moved our activity also in terms of project management to GitHub. When you visit Casper-network or Casper-ecosystem organizations, then you will see a lot of public repositories to be checked, and any contributions are also welcome. We also expose our roadmap here as a public project, so the links will be provided. You can check what is in our plans for the next releases and for the future, and your feedback is also very much welcome. So I invite you to check on the projects and repositories, and with that, I would finish my rant and get back to our main topic for today. So energy efficient blockchain, and yes, I invite our participants to start the discussion.
Yeah, first thing I'd like for you guys to do is kind of introduce yourselves. So Joe, why don't you go ahead and tell the community a little bit about yourself and what you do for CasperLabs, and then Amit will go after that, and then you can talk through the process. Joe, you're muted. Joe, I think you got mic problems, so I'm going to turn it over to Amit, and then you can fix your mic problems.
Hello, everybody. This is Amit Patnaik. I am the Quality Control and Release Manager at CasperLabs, and I'm very excited to have joined the teams a few months back. We at CasperLabs take quality very seriously and ensure that quality is run through from the very inception of any feature right through to the release of the product. So we go through various testing phases, right through from integration, unit integration, and stress and load testing. We closely monitor our networks with various alerts and other monitoring systems, and ensure that we rapidly respond to any defects or therein any issues that we encounter. For the purpose of this call, we're going to discuss the energy efficiency of the Casper network compared to other proof of work or other popular blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I'll get to that in a bit. Thank you.
Okay, I switched headphones. Is this coming through okay now?
Yes.
Okay. All the other one works for my our normal meetings. I'm Joe Sacker, running the SRE team, keeping everything going here at CasperLabs. I am a mix of an electrical engineer and a software engineer. So I've designed tablets, done switching power stuff, along with a whole bunch of software. And one of the reasons I took into this is because I've got a good understanding of power usage and pieces. And I guess we can go through the Casper analysis first, and then Amit did the Bitcoin and the Ethereum analysis. So the study by Teed, I think it was Teeds Engineering, was a really comprehensive study on power usage in the cloud. That was one gap that we didn't have, and they did a full analysis of how much AWS uses in a watt per virtual CPU sense. And the way they did that analysis is taking similar systems and CPUs that exist in the various cloud offerings and measuring those locally and translating it out. So we didn't want to underestimate the Casper usage. And what we really see in any distributed computer like Casper or Ethereum or anything, the actual smart contracts processing isn't that complex. And we don't see a heavy loading, even fully loading our system with WASM deploys. So we actually have many more cores in most cloud instances than we need because we need the RAM currently, and we're working on improving the efficiency of that. So our analysis showed that in realistic use, you're about 50 watts of power per validating node in the most efficient instance. And we have actually used the value if you built not quite the most efficient system as a standalone server, which is 200 watts. And then we have some analysis of 100 nodes validating, which is what we currently operate, up to 400, which is where we're hoping to get to. And so that's how we came out with the power usage, which I believe is approximately 4 times reality, but we didn't want to underestimate for this. And so I'll let Amit go through his analysis that he found for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Thanks, Joe. So as you all know that Bitcoin and Ethereum are essentially proof of work systems. And the atomic unit that we used in researching and calculating the power consumptions for Bitcoin and Ethereum was the hash rate. And a lot of these modern CPUs and GPUs are capable of producing or computing good number, achieving good number of hash rates in computation. So what we did is that we found out that some of the popular sources for establishing the power metrics for Bitcoin and Ethereum were University of Cambridge Judge Business School, which runs a live stats, and the other one was Economist. We reviewed a few others as well, and we realized that there's a specific formula that they are using in portraying a lower and upper bound for the power consumption for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we give benefit of doubt to both in the sense that we took a lower value for the particular day we were researching on, and we used that number. We assumed we realized that Bitcoin at that point of time was around 9,500 nodes and Ethereum at 8,000 nodes. That was our baseline metric for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as Joe mentioned that for Casper, we took a single node per machine, which is, I would say, undervalued. We could have assumed a higher node per machine, but we assumed one node. And we came to the numbers, which is Bitcoin consumes around 95 approximately terawatt per hour per year, and Ethereum around 33.5. Compared to that, a 400 node Casper consumes about 0.0007 terawatt per hour per year. That is a significant, I would say, computational difference, approximately 47,000% improvement compared to Ethereum, and about 136,000% compared to Ethereum for a 100 node, for a 400 node. Yeah, so it is very clear and evident that Casper network is significantly energy efficient compared to these two popular blockchains. Obviously, there were some assumptions on our part that we made, which is we assumed a single node per machine, and we increased our validator set, currently set at 100 to around 400. And though our minimum requirement is 4-core CPU, 32 GB RAM, we scale it up to 8-core CPU in our calculations. And like I said earlier, that we assumed the atomic unit to be hash rate, and we discounted any increase in a transaction volume which would adversely impact the hardware power consumption. So yeah, welcome to Casper, the energy saving blockchain. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm particularly pleased with the approach that we took, using information that was already out there in the market broadly. So I like that a lot. So it's fantastic.
Yes, and also we based it on a significant amount of research done and published papers from reliable sources like Springer.com and University of Cambridge Judge Business School. So that gives a lot of credibility to what we were looking into. Yeah.
I think we should probably link the paper we put together that has some of the research links that people can go and crawl down on. I know we have that posted in a few different locations, but if we can drop that.
I think it's right now on the blog as well. Those links are on the blog. They were updated. But it's a good idea to share the paper as well. Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Great.
Meda, if you don't mind, I think we could move to the Q&A section. I think we have a lot of traffic over there.
Yeah, absolutely. We can move to Q&A. Do you want to talk at all about the upgrade that's coming real quickly? So we do have a patch that's currently deployed to testnet, correct? That upgrade took effect?
Yes, went into effect this morning.
Went into effect this morning. So we should expect that to hit mainnet. We should also talk about the fact that now that the token has some liquidity, there's some token out there, validators, prospective validators can try to grab a slot in the auction, correct? I believe we have 47 open slots. So, if there's validators out there that want to spin up a node and stake the network, they can certainly choose to do so. We want to talk a little bit about the next patch. So we've got this patch, talk about timing, and then when the next patch is coming out, Piotr, for 1.2.
Yes, so currently, as I showed on the calendar, maybe I will get back there. Yes, so currently we are about to release the 1.2 patch to the testnet. That should happen end of this week or beginning of the next week. Then it will be followed by at least one full week of tests. And that when this will all get successful, we will stage the 1.2 upgrade for the mainnet, for the Casper network. So that 1.2, so this major upgrade, this will happen in May. Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so far our plans they weren't changed.
No, since we came live this morning, my hopes were to get Mainnet staged tomorrow or Thursday, and testnet also staged Thursday or Friday. We found out that testnet was fairly active in getting updates. By Monday, we had 94% of the weight upgraded. So I don't think we need to go for as many days as we did. We may pull a day off of that timing and everything would go fine. But yeah, we were able to get the 112 patch in place without sliding the 1.2 schedule. So that should work out well.
Great news.
Terrific. I think Marco had a question. Marco, you got your hand up. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, well, actually, I was hoping to add a little something. For those of you who don't know me, Marco Annabali, I'm the finance director for the Emerging Technology Association, which is the legal entity supporting the DevDAO. And I'm also a Casper advisor and a Mainnet validator and a DeltaNet validator, blah, 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 blah. I love this product. Anyway, the Wolf was mentioning about where things are standing, and I just wanted to clarify something. As I heard Wolf speak, it occurred to me that people might think that our pipeline is full. Our pipeline is not full. We just have enough to work with right now. There is a lot of room in our pipeline for development projects that are going to support the Casper network and support decentralization in general. And we welcome anybody to come to devxdao.com and get involved in the process and propose projects and get involved in the DAO.
Thank you, Marco, for that clarification. That is exactly what I meant to convey. In my excitement, I forgot to say that when the UX opens, we are open for all applications.
Yeah, terrific. It's fantastic. So check that out. Is it devxdao.com?
Posted link in the chat.
Yeah, devxdao.com. Fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to discuss today, or should we adjourn early and give people back some time?
Since all questions are exchange related and we can't really cover those, I say we adjourn early and let everybody go about their day. So I can wrap this up. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate you all being here. Please subscribe so you can see when we upload a video and never miss when we go live. And thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. And yeah, we'll see you again next week, hopefully.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.